There you go. Now it's front and center. There you go. No, stop lifting it up. Just leave it alone. Jesus.
We only do serious here.
Yeah, very serious. Welcome to Tablenauts. My name is Max.
I'm Doolin.
And I'm Jash.
And today we are here with Mythic Mischief Volume 2. We are big fans of Mythic Mischief Volume 1, and we were sent the game to cover for the Kickstarter campaign, and we're here to tell you quite a bit about it. But we want to do that in a bit of a roundabout way. We've got a draft here where we're drafting from the whole pool of all 11 available Mythic factions, and we've got some fun questions that Kenny has prepared for us. But let's say you've never played or heard of Mythic Mischief. What is it? It's a
board game.
It's like chess, but thematic and not chess.
Nailed it. It's a 1 to 4 player abstract strategy game with asymmetric factions.
That's what I said.
We've played this at 2 and 3 and 4. I don't think any of us have ever actually experienced a solo, so we can't speak to that much.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, you go to detention, just like my high school experience.
Really? You
Only
went to
once,
detention a
actually.
lot?
Only
Oh,
once.
okay.
Let's start off this draft. Head over to our Kenny Cam.
Kenny
And we
Cam!
can tell you about our very first drafting question. And who do we want to start in this draft?
We're gonna start with Jash.
Oh.
And the question we're gonna start with Jash. It's gonna snake down to Max. Do you want to draft 2 or just 1?
We'll just do one, but then he'll start next time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Will I always go second then?
I guess.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. The first question is, what is the most powerful faction?
Most powerful faction.
And if you don't, you can base it off of appearance, maybe based off actual game mechanics. Just follow your heart, Jash.
Okay, so I haven't played every single faction, but the first one I played was zombies, and I wasn't super into zombies. Of the gargoyles, of the new ones, I wasn't super into either.
They're the only faction I haven't played.
They're the only one that
The
Max
gargoyles are the
hasn't
only
played.
faction I've not played.
I know the witches are Max's favorite, so it'd be
I
really funny.
Hate it!
Yeah, I think they are pretty.
Yeah,
strong.
you know what? Let's just go with the witches. My favorites. The witches, I think, are the best faction.
What's the
There's a-
Mean Girl
there's a-
quote where
there's
she
a-
calls someone a skank or something like that?
Is it, hey, you're a skank?
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
Hey, you're a skank!
I love that movie.
Isn't there like a future one though where it's like your favorite one, right? Like your favorite one to play
Yeah.
that he's gonna do, and he can't pick witches then. So you're
Oh,
good.
he's locked out forever?
yeah. He can't pick witches again.
Oh,
Is that
makes
the rules,
sense.
Kenny?
yeah,
It is now.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I got you once.
All right.
Once.
In terms of strong factions, I think that there are a couple that I think it's a difference of how you want to play, right? Like, do you want to be more about controlling the board state, like the bookshelves in the first game and the hedges in the second, or do you want to be really aggressive? And from what I've seen, I get frustrated the most when people are super aggressive. And the monsters, the monsters are easily the most aggressive that I've seen.
This
play.
draft is very aggressive.
So-
I hate it.
So witches and then monsters. Monsters for the second strongest. But you agree with our picks then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
killing
yeah.
it.
I think I do agree with your picks. I am down between 2 factions, and actually they're both from Volume 2.
Oh, really?
I think the werewolves and gnomes
werewolves.
I do like the
are
werewolves.
very strong. I'm not a big fan of the ghosts or the vampires or the zombies or the wizards, so that kind of knocks all 4 of those out. The gargoyles I haven't played, so that knocks that out. The fairies I think are really good, but it's mostly because of this ability to switch the spaces of the tome keeper and everything. Like, that's
Yeah, but
crazy.
that's only one time, so.
Well, until you get more tomes, but yes. The gnomes, their burrow ability is nuts. The werewolves' fling ability is nuts.
The
It's
fling
very
thing is
similar
so
to
strong.
your throw ability.
yeah,
just
but
not the
one
exact
space
same.
further, and it's a little more. It's less.
This is maybe
helpful.
versatile, more versatile.
more
'cause you can
versatile,
toss
for
it
sure.
over you and stuff. I think I am going to go. I'm going to go with the gnomes.
The gnomes.
Do it.
Okay.
I think.
Good pick.
I think I'm going to take the gnomes here.
So-
Their burrow ability in particular, which allows you to get out of some sticky situations and get into some situations you wouldn't otherwise find yourself in, is very strong.
Yeah. Moving 2 spaces with 1 is
Yeah,
really
and
good.
like avoiding bushes and avoiding the rubble and all that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I think the witches are really good because you can move, enchant,
Stop!
manifest,
Stop!
distract,
Stop!
and remodel.
This man just hate
and
drafting.
also bewitch.
He didn't even care. I hate that about
All right,
him.
reset the board.
All right, that's our next prompt. Kitty Cam.
Kitty camp.
The next question is, what faction would you pick based to be okay? What faction would you pick based off your high school experience?
Oh, like most closely represents our high school experience?
Yes.
Like our group, right? Like our posse.
Your
So
clique.
the
What if you
question
didn't
is-
have any friends?
Yeah, are we drafting it?
Your
My
clique.
social clique.
Yeah.
Yes.
My social
You get to go
clique.
first.
Well, these are like the hippies.
Yeah.
What are the trolls? Are they the drama club?
I think
Drama
we
club.
decided they were theater kids.
I think they're
Theater
theater
kids?
kids, and I think that means in particular I have to
you?
take
The trolls?
I was a big theater kid in
Actually,
high school.
know that. I knew a little
You
bit about
never
that.
came
but-
to see my shows.
I
I
saw
wasn't in your
I
high
saw you
school.
in Footloose.
Yeah, I was Chuck Cranston
Yeah,
in
dude.
Footloose.
He's saying "Girl Gets Around."
Mhm.
It was good.
I did. It was good. It was a good time.
I didn't know you existed.
That's true.
I did exist, in fact. That is why I am here today. Yeah, theater for sure. That's my jam. That's my clique.
Okay, so for me, I really like
Corn.
I really like corn.
Me, I really like cone.
So here's the problem. I think there's a few that I
You gotta put in the.
I
It's
fit in.
corn guy right there.
Okay.
But not long enough for
More-
us to get a
more-
copyright.
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
corn kid's gonna show up on her door.
With lots of corn.
yeah.
I think
And lawyers.
I was heavily involved in sports, but I can't pick monsters again.
Oh,
and
snap! Yeah, you
like,
locked yourself
I
out.
locked myself out of that, but I wasn't really a jock. Here's the thing: I did play ukulele in high school, and probably to the annoyance of most of my friends.
That's
So-
what you're. That is your foothold that you're stepping into. Is I played ukulele in high school.
Well, there's literally a uke on this thing.
Oh my! You called it a uke? These guys.
Are ghosts like the hipsters?
If they have a uke,
I mean,
they're definitely
yeah.
hipsters.
She's got like the cat, like the big Nashville looking hat and the scarf, and yeah, I feel like they're kind of like hipstery.
You just picked those because you don't want to have to draft them ever again. You didn't want to lock yourself out of another
That's
pick.
not true at all.
Doubt.
I'm picking them.
Okay. Joshua.
Well, I was gonna go with the Valley Girls, but unfortunately, I can't pick witches again. So I guess I'm gonna have to pick something else that
That makes sense. You know?
less represents
I
me
mean,
well.
there's one obvious one. For sure.
So I was in a metalcore band in high school. So I feel like I have to go with
the
werewolves.
wizards, right?
I wasn't nearly as cool as these guys, of course.
Who caused
but
this?
We.
We caused this.
Yeah, but it's a French band. It's yes, caused this.
What was the song again?
Oh, We Can
Everybody
Only
can look it
Dream.
up on SoundCloud.
Oh, you can. We caused this. We can only dream. It's actually it's not half bad. For a
None
bunch
of my bands stuff is on
17-year-olds.
SoundCloud, so like that's probably good. I was a part of Soldiers of Rock in middle school. That was
That's amazing. I would pay a lot of money to get that music.
all you
So trolls,
trolls,
ghosts,
ghosts,
werewolves,
theater kids,
hipsters.
ukes,
the band.
rock bands.
All right, so Josh, you're gonna start the next one,
Let's go.
and the question is, what's your favorite character art?
My favorite character art. Okay. Well, I like the werewolves, but I can't pick them.
Werewolves are dope.
Yeah.
The zombies are so cool though.
I'm going mainly just off the artwork itself.
Yeah.
I think I am gonna go with the fairies.
Dang it, they're cool.
Fairies.
Yeah, I like the art. I think it's pretty good.
Show the camera. Don't show us.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna have to put a little.
I will if you give me these. Fairies. I like that.
No, I like the fairies. They're cool. They're not my
Um,
favorite, but they're cool.
I'm gonna go with. So here's the problem. I keep wanting to say monsters for like everything. Like theirs is really cool.
Theirs is cool.
But I think if I had to pick my next, I would pick werewolves.
Dang it.
Where they just have like the drumsticks and the guitar. Like it's pretty sweet. Like
So that's 2 from volume 2.
Yeah.
yeah. Like just really sick art.
I debated about the gnomes, but I think their vibe is cooler than their art.
You've already picked gnomes.
I have. It's a good point. I don't want to pick. I like the witches.
You
want to
save them for a
I'm
more
saving the
important one.
witches.
I like the ghost art too.
I think to me it's between zombies and monsters. I really like the way the zombies look. They're just
Yeah.
That they were my. If this was taken, I was gonna pick zombies.
yeah, they're just so cool. Like,
Yeah.
their like bones are hanging out. They're bloody. Yeah, no, we're going zombies.
Skater
for sure.
kids.
Skater kids. I love it.
All right, so let's reset. And the last question, we'll start with Max, is pick a faction based off vibes alone.
Oh, I thought we were gonna pick our favorite.
I thought we were
faction
picking
of
our
prey.
favorite too.
Okay, let's edit that out.
you won't say it's the last.
We've been saving things this
I
whole
know.
time.
I've been
Okay, so
intentionally drafting.
So vibes and
No, make favorite this time, please. So Doolin can't draft.
All right. So the question is, pick a faction based off vibes alone.
I hate this guy. He's rigging the draft. He's rigging the draft! Are you serious? He is rigging the draft.
I can't steal witches for you.
So I've taken gnomes, zombies, and who's my other one? Trolls.
Gnomes, zombies, and
taken
trolls.
these three
you were
right
this
here.
group in high school.
yeah.
This was the strongest faction.
and that's the aesthetics.
And that's the
And so this is based off vibes?
Vibes. That's what the kids say nowadays. So.
That's true.
Vibe check, yeah.
Vibe check. That's what we're vibe checking this game right now.
So
No
I really
crumbs.
like the fairy. Oh my gosh. The fairies look so like cute and fun, like
right.
stuff like that. But then I like the mean girl aesthetic, like the vibe, the mean girl vibe from the witches.
But you don't want to pick
that
the
explains
witches.
so much.
But if he's drafting
you make
ahead
me
of
cry
me,
every
he
day.
might pick the witches instead.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I
I might
might.
not even get a chance to.
I might.
I like the monsters vibes. I like the werewolves vibes. The vampires vibes too. Like, you know, we're gonna take the monsters vibes.
Oh, I like that.
And
And they have good vibes.
I think they're like himbos.
One of them's a girl.
Well, the ones that aren't girls, I think, are himbos.
Are
And
himbos.
maybe she's a girl, herbo. Is that a thing?
No, himbo is a play on the word bimbo.
Oh.
So there's already a girl version of that
Oh,
word.
okay. Well, it's about like really supportive, like meaty guys, right?
What?
A himbo is like someone who's like really buff, but like
Kronk is a himbo.
right, but like kind of dumb and nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
I
right.
don't
I don't know if it's a nice.
I don't know
think
if I
it's
know the word vibe or him.
Well, we
Himbos are definitely nice.
can look it up on Urban Dictionary.
I think they're just dumb.
Urban Dictionary says it's a large, broad, tall, or buff, attractive man. He tends to be not very bright, but usually extremely nice and respectful.
Oh, there you go.
Boom! I got the himbos, baby. I'm keeping it. I'm
You
running.
got the
with it.
hippos.
Let's
See, I know my Urban Dictionary.
I know my hippos.
If you're going with them, then I'm going off the one that I feel like they would use the word vibe the most, which are the gnomes.
That's
They're like
true.
The
They're
hippie
all
crew.
vibes.
They're high.
I mean, look at that guy. Or girl. I can't tell. The blue hair
Two
person,
of them wearing-
yellow
it's not
hair
blue
one.
hair.
Blue hat. Like the peace symbol. Like they all smile.
Hey, you've been hanging out with those gnomes too much.
I like his mustache a lot. Like
Yeah, dude, he looks-
that's dope.
He looks like Cotton Candy Randy from Mythical Mischief. Does he not?
I mean, yeah.
He looks like Cotton Candy Randy.
Can we talk about this man has
what?
this
Mythical
deep of a
Mischief.
beard in high school?
What's
I mean,
That's this game.
Mythical Morning.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
What you doing, Vibes?
All right, so
That's his name now.
I would love to be called Vibes.
This has gone so off the rails.
I was hoping that no one else would pick these. I'm really glad it got back to me. I'm here for the Vipires,
I
bro.
almost took the vampires, yeah.
Dude.
I would have never called them the Vipires, though.
the Vamp Vipers. they got the.
They look mean.
No, they look chill.
Look at how angry they look. Except for
that's
one.
a mood, okay?
I hate it.
The world.
They're grease lightning people.
Listen,
Choosing to have a frown at all times gives me the ick.
They're
which is another word that gets
Yeah.
used.
They're like 17 years old. They just watched They Live for the first time and discovered capitalism, so now they're mad. So
They Live's a good movie, though.
It's not. All right, last question.
Last question.
Last question.
The most important one.
What is your favorite faction?
All right, Josh.
Start with Josh.
Your favorite.
I just realized
Faction.
I've taken this bottom four.
There's 5 down there.
I've taken these bottom four.
So is this like just in general
To play.
or playing to play?
To play.
Oh my gosh, I've used every faction I've played so far.
Have you really?
Hey, you know what? I think you should just pick based off you play. Just, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's not the zombies because they're the one I know for sure I did not enjoy playing.
You've not used every single one that you've used. Or you've not picked every single one.
That's true. The only one left is the gargoyles, but I
Gargoyles.
also
They're good.
don't think they're my favorite.
Oh, really? I like the dropstone.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
that
you know
is a
what?
super
That's
cool
true. That
ability.
was clutch, and it's really by default my only choice of ones that I've played. So hotly contested gargoyles,
Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
named after my favorite '90s Disney cartoon.
Is that Disney?
Yeah.
We should see that in Lorcana. That'd be cool.
I would love that.
They're my favorite supporting characters from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hey, more Disney. They should also be in Lorcana.
I don't know that I've ever seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh my
Dude.
gosh, it's amazing. You would
It's
love it.
so good.
As a person who loves music and stuff, like you would
France?
absolutely
How do you feel
love
about France?
I've been to France. It's okay.
Oh, you might find that part
Italy's
just okay
better.
then.
it. So you picked Gargoyles.
Yes.
I am going to pick my favorite faction to play, and also coincidentally tied for what I think is the most OP faction.
Yep.
Is the Wizards.
Oh!
I specifically love their warp ability, where you can switch places with the people beside you. I saved them previously. I'm not going to take your favorite. That's fine. These are my favorite. I like their shift ability. I like their teleport ability. Like everything about this crew is like really, really strong, and I like playing them. So
I feel good about this. Thank you. I'm taking the witches.
yeah.
Wow.
They're my favorite.
Shocker.
Whoa! What?
What a twist!
They're my favorite. Big fan of the witches. Definitely my favorite to play. But there's some really cool ones from the new one that have taken over for me. Not taken over, risen up in the rankings for me.
I think maybe as we play the game more,
Yes.
like
They'll
the
shift.
new crews might shift, but we'll see.
Agreed. Now I want to just talk about, in general, Mythic Mischief 1, Mythic Mischief 2. How do we feel about the game as a whole? Not comparing volumes. And then, if you were to only own one volume, which would you pick? And if you already have one, do you recommend two? So, in general, I think we're all pretty big fans of Mythic Mischief. I think it varies in our Ivy Studios rankings, but I love Mythic Mischief. I do think it is a game where, like, probably the only fault I have is the amount of AP that it can induce, which we coincidentally used a chess clock tonight, which made
creates a
things
new kind of stress.
incredibly stressful and hectic. But like, I enjoyed not mathing everything out. Excellent game. I love it. I do think maybe once you have some experience, pull out a chess clock, see if you like that experience or not.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that my biggest complaint with the game was always, especially when we would have 4 people at the table, not necessarily 1v1, but when 4 people are at the table and everyone is trying to really like get the most out of their turn and find out the most efficient way to score and to get points, and we're like, okay, well, I need 3 points to win, and we're only getting 2 that way, so let's think for another 20 minutes. Now, I will say, like, you can also just tell your friends, hey, let's
hurry up.
Let's hurry up. Let's like actually make the game fun and
You
not
don't have
sit
to
there
be
too long.
strict about it,
but this game, like beyond that, is just a really good, solid asymmetric game. Like where every single time you're like, when we go back into this game, I have something to look forward to as I either learn a new faction or play one of my favorites.
Revisit one, yeah.
And all of them have abilities that are really fun to use. I don't think there's necessarily any that I've played so far that have been like, oh, well, I don't think these guys are really good at all. You know, like they're good for nothing.
Same. I have my favorites, but there's none that I'm like, these suck.
Yeah.
Like, I would say my least favorites are probably vampires, and other people love them. So that's just kind of, even still, they don't suck.
Yeah, again, exactly the same way. I think trolls are one that I have trouble using, but it's one of those things where it's like it may not match your play style, but it'll match somebody's, you know. But great game, great asymmetry with all the characters, really thematic game, really fun that way. In terms of like games that are similar to chess, right? This is probably the most thematic I've played. Josh, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I like the aesthetics, and I like just how much replayability there is in not only like you playing your factions, but how they match up against other factions as well. And as the game has continued to grow, and out with season 2, there's so much more and new like kinds of mechanics, like the gargoyles getting to increase their movement by moving people with them and moving the bookshelves or hedges. I think that's very unique, and the fact that they can still come up with new types of things when even though the game, like the actions are still like somewhat similar and work with the same parts. I think it's interesting that they're still able to innovate it after all this time, or after all these factions.
Kitty Cam! Kitty Cam!
Hey, what's the question?
How do you feel
Just
about
talk about
Mischief?
I love it. I think the thing you guys said about the AP being the roughest part is very true. But playing it tonight with the chess clock did make it, a lot more stressful. But also, I think that's probably the way I would play going forward. I love it. I think just this complete package of like the art, the feel and gameplay is like it's so unique and just so like fun to bring out, especially like as the game expands and expands. Just the matchups and stuff can get so fun, especially if you play like 4-player, where you like the combos between the factions become really important. I think that's super cool. So
yeah. Agreed. Be sure to check out Mythic Mischief Volume 2 on Kickstarter right this very moment. We were given the game for coverage, but this is not a sponsored video. We're just big fans of Mythic Mischief. So
love you, IB.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Kenny Cam!
Kenny Cam! Who's gonna do it too? I'm so happy you did that.